Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Apologies, it's a bit later than usual. I've been on the move, but let's get into it. So DXY yesterday was an inside bar. Even though we did have FOMC, it was sort of expected due to the large range we've seen since last Friday. But now looking at DXY, I do think we can get a continuation lower. So yesterday we retraced into the 4-hour fair value gap and we struggled to basically get through it. And today so far you can see that we are trading lower from the 4-hour fair value gap. So what I would be looking for on DXY is we have a weak high here just below the 4-hour fair value gap. So something on a potential like this, where we take out the weak high into the 4-hour fair value gap and then look for structure to form and then go lower. Because right now we are just going lower with no sort of pullback for our setup. And if we take a look on EU, yesterday we retest the Monday highs and then rejected from there. So going into today, we can all look for higher prices. We also rejected the 17th of September high. And on the 4-hour fair value gap, we had two 4-hour fair value gaps, where we respected the lower one, but also closed back inside the higher one as well. So now I want to see higher prices to the Tuesday high. But if we start to close below the 4-hour fair value gap, I would then look for shorts back into the Monday low. But right now, it does look pretty clean for higher prices. On the 1 hour, we do have a weak low inside the 4-hour fair value gap. So if we can get some sort of sweep, maybe during London to create a London low of the day, and then trade up higher into the Tuesday high. But if we come below this low here and close below the 4-hour fair value gap on a 4-hour closing basis, then like I mentioned, I would look for shorts to the Monday low. So it's a pretty easy game plan on EU for today. If we take a look at GU, similar sort of thing. GU is the stronger pair, and I'll cover that in a second when we look at Euro Pound. But as you can see now, we have took out the 1st of July high and we are now staying above it. So to me, that shows that we want to see higher prices, and we respected this 4-hour fair value gap here. We've traded away from it, and now we do have a weak low just above the 4-hour fair value gap. So the same sort of plan as EU. I just want to see a low taken, then higher prices. We could also see a situation where EU takes the 2 a.m. low and GU doesn't, which would then mean SMT's formed, and then you would look for higher prices still. So that is a possibility that can play out. And if we do go below this low and don't start to trade back above it, the same sort of thing applies. I'd only look for lower prices if we close below this 4-hour fair value gap on a closing basis. So until then, the bias is bullish. Going to USD CAD, this doesn't have too much interest in mine, simply because we took out one weekly objective and two. I know we're super bearish on USD CAD, and that's due to the fundamental side of it. CAD is obviously very strong at the moment. Yesterday we retraced into this small 4-hour fair value gap here, and we're respecting it and going lower currently. The next draw on liquidity for USD CAD is this low here, but we could take some time to get there due to this being a strong low, because we took out a low here and then traded up higher, as you can all see. It's quite a big move after that stop run. So I don't think, well, we could get there today, but I would be surprised if we do. On the 4-hour, we have the 4-hour fair value gap. If we get a retracement above this high here on USD CAD, maybe going into London, into New York session, we could potentially look for shorts. But until then, personally, I won't be looking for anything on USD CAD. USD CHF doesn't really interest me too much. As you can see, we're sort of in the middle of nowhere on that. So I don't really want to take anything on USD CHF. USD JPY, I do think this can push lower, but same again, not really too interested. The main focuses for me today are EU and GU. Gold, as you can see, absolutely rallied higher. Since our trade and we closed at 5,250, we've gone an extra 3,000 pips. So yeah, not really much we can do on that in the minute. On the hourly, it's just constantly going up. Every time we have a little bit of a pullback, we just continue higher. That's all we're doing on gold currently. Euro pound. So this is what I wanted to cover to explain the strength on GU. So as you can see, yesterday we had quite a big bearish day. So this indicates that pound will be the stronger pair if we are going to buy. We also closed below last Friday's low, which is a good sign, and I think the next draw on liquidity now will be the Tuesday 6th of January low. We closed below this daily bullish fair value gap and used it as an inversion level, as you can see. So if DXY is to be bearish, pound will be the pair to long, but that doesn't mean you can't look for euro trades either, because if we do take out this low, we can easily reject here and trade back into the range, meaning euro will be the pair to buy. But until London or New York session, we don't really have too much else to cover. We just got to wait, really. There's nothing to do. We do have 1:30 p.m. unemployment claims, so that could be quite a big mover, because sometimes that does tend to have quite a lot of volatility in it. So my main focus will be New York, but there is also a possibility that we can trade during London session. But until then, trade safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you.